losing myself completely. In this episode, we're going deeper into the part of my story where I wasn't just spiraling, I was losing myself completely. After the free fall began, the drugs weren't just a habit anymore. They became my entire identity. In this episode, I'll take you into the dark places of violent outbursts, reckless sexual behaviors, and the shame that followed every high. This is where addiction stopped being about escape and became about survival. This episode of The Recovery Couch is brought to you by J.B. Davis at Performance Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. For integrity, service, and unbeatable deals, ask for JB in Centerville and tell them The Recovery Couch sent you. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to The Recovery Couch. You're listening to Inside the Fire Behind Step 4. This is a 12-part mini-series that takes you behind the raw and unfiltered story of my book, Step 4, A Journey Through Addiction, that is coming this fall. So by the time I had reached the stage of my addiction where I was losing myself completely, I just wasn't me anymore. My morals, my ethics, my values, they were all gone. And the drugs didn't just control my body. They had hijacked my thoughts, my impulses, my identity, which is right around the time that violence crept into my life in ways that I never imagined. I'd lash out in anger, break things, hurt people, and then there were the sexual behaviors. And these behaviors were reckless. They were dangerous. And at the end of each day, they were empty. They weren't about connection. They were probably a little more about distraction. Distracted myself from the reality of drug addiction. And each encounter was another way for me to run from that reality, the one I didn't want to face. Every poor decision I made chipped away at who I thought I was. I'd look in the mirror and I would see a complete stranger. My eyes were hollow, my face was gaunt, and the soul that once belonged to a good man felt like it vanished. Addiction stripped me bare, and I was terrified to admit that I no longer recognized myself. If you'd like to get deeper into this chapter of my story, which is a chapter in my book, Step 4, A Journey Through Addiction, then join the Recovery Couch Inner Circle on Patreon, where we'll have exclusive episodes and behind-the-scenes reflections that will dive us into deeper conversations about the stories you're hearing in this series. Also, while you're at it, go and check out some of our past conversations we had with guests like Michael Thompson and Ryan Canaday and Henry Wannery. Fantastic conversations that offer a lot of insight and wisdom. Losing myself completely. This episode of The Recovery Couch is brought to you by Greg Swartz at Remax Victory and Affiliates. Whether you're buying or selling your home, Greg brings heart, hustle, and honesty to every deal. Call Greg at 937-477-8975 today. Free falling into this stage of addiction meant losing everything that made me me. Isolation and paranoia were constant. But at this point in time, destructive behaviors, violent and sexual in nature, took over my life. Addiction doesn't just steal our time. It steals our morals, it steals our ethics, it steals our values, and it leaves us unrecognizable. And that's where I was living, in a world where shame and survival were the only things left. And if you're living there, just understand that you don't have to live there anymore. And you always have a seat right here on the Recovery Couch.